It's Matt from the Random Maker tier today, and today is going to be the most, I think, testing video since the Ryan Learns Tool series. We're gonna put something in his hands that can actually shoot stuff.
Two things.
What did I get myself into?
Two things. Ryan, the button guy here, let's learn nail guns.
Let's roll footage. All joking aside.
I put them down. Okay.
I know.
We need to be safe now.
All joking aside on this one, and also you notice how they weren't connected to anything. We're gonna be teaching Ryan here how to use nail guns.
I've actually never used one before. Ever.
You've been a homeowner?
Ever.
How did you get away with that?
My wife is super handy. She used one. She had it in the house. I did not.
I am not going to be showing you a spiker nail gun like the ones we use to frame houses and stuff like that because, well, could be useful. Most people I don't think are going to be using those, and to be fair, the principles of what we're going to teach you today are the exact same. It'd be easier to use a nice little one. So if you guys want to see us have one, I sold mine off, so donations below, sponsorship if you want to see Ryan use a spiker.
Yeah, I'll get up on a roof. We just gotta pay us.
No, those are the ones to put walls up. They're the bigger, those are like the 3-inch nails.
Well, I was thinking like somebody wanted to donate one that we use for roofing or something like that. I'll get up on the roof. I don't care.
Fair enough. Okay.
I'm actually terrified of heights. I don't know if I would do that.
Please donate, that'll be funny. Anyway, so we've got actually two types of nail guns here. Well, should I call them a nail gun? So this is actually a stapler, believe it or not. It actually fires staples. You can get different sizes and all these. These are just cheapo ones from a unnamed famous Canadian retailer that sells tools for super cheap. And then we've got your classic. I don't want to insult the potential brand because they might give us money.
I'm not insulting them.
Okay, and then we've got our standard little, this is a pin nailer, little pin nails.
Now we have nails, okay.
Yeah. What we're gonna do here is I'm gonna show you how to load the guns, how to set it up, because the biggest thing here is, and this is the start, never ever make changes or adjust your tool with them plugged in.
No.
Because as soon as it's charged, if you accidentally hold the safety while you hit the trigger, you're gonna have a bad time.
I would say when they include the word gun in the name of the tool, this should be a nice big, like, something's going off for you guys that I should really take my time and be safe with it.
Always assume it's loaded.
Yeah, like a real gun.
And that way you can't really get in trouble if you follow that rule. One of the first things we're gonna do here before you even start firing this nail gun around is how to load and unload, and actually how to clear jams. Now, I'm gonna be clear. Most nail guns have a similar type of system, but your mileage may vary depending on your user, but you'll get the idea. Number one, unload it, okay? If this is a cartridge style, so there are some that are battery operated or they actually have a CO2 cartridge in them, make sure the cartridge or the battery are out. You don't want to dry fire these guns without a nail because it's not good for the gun. There's so much pressure in there that if it has nothing to put that pressure in, you can do some damage. What you're gonna do is, I like to lay it on the ground and I'm gonna pull the button and undo the chamber, okay? Now, on the gun, it's gonna tell you what type of nails and what size of nails you can use. Make sure they match up, because if you don't, ooh, that's not gonna be a fun time. And all you have to do is take these down and you put it right at the bottom, lay them flat, so. And then you just push them forward and lock it into place. That's it. All right, Ryan, you wanna give it a try?
Yes.
I'm gonna give Brian the nails.
Okay.
So.
Pull this little trigger.
Yep.
Slide her down.
Yep.
Get my nails, make sure we're pointing the right direction.
So the head is going to be, you're gonna feel the head with pin nails. There's almost no.
It's pretty obvious.
You'd be surprised, some of them actually.
Okay. These ones feel pretty obvious.
Yeah. And most of the pin nailers are gonna have a set of tracks for the different sizes it will accept. You notice how it's
because it could be bigger.
Did you notice how it like slides in? There's no movement.
Yeah, it's really like, you can tell that it's in the right spot because it's moving very smoothly.
Exactly.
Right? And then I just close it up.
Close it up.
And
that's it.
That just stays like that?
Yep.
All right.
And then if you'd want to take them out, it's just reverse order.
Pull it.
Yeah.
Pull it. There you go.
And that's how easy. what happens if there's a jam?
Panic!
No.
No.
So a jam, first thing is what you want to do is empty all the other nails out. I close it. What you want to do is every type of nail gun has some way to access the front hammer, okay? And in this one, it's just a nice little lever, and it lifts right up. If it jams, it's gonna be somewhere in there. What you wanna do is either A, with your fingers, sometimes they just get up in the wrong spot, whatever, or if it is, you can't get it with your fingers, get a pair of needle nose pliers. Be very careful. You don't wanna bend, you don't wanna pull, and just pull the nail out. Now, make sure that if the hammer is over top, I keep saying the hammer, there's a piece of metal right here. So when you pull the trigger, it's up in there right now. What it does is when you pull the trigger, it hammers down the nail right into there, just like you would a regular hammer. Sometimes what can happen is the hammer will actually jump on a nail and the hammer will be out and you'll see the nail sticking out. In that case, you just pull the nail straight through and let the hammer slide back up in to its head, right? And once you can see, as there's no nails here, we pulled everything out and there was nothing wrong there. We're gonna close this down and we're just gonna latch it back up and make sure everything's secure, happy, and then load up the gun. One more time. And now we are ready to use a nail gun. It is actually that simple. So, we're gonna get some hearing protection because technically speaking, these are quite loud. Okay, now that we're getting ready to actually use the nail gun, let's go over what you're gonna need. So number one, you're gonna need some form of an air supply. We have our system built in, so I'm not pulling out So we're just gonna pull out the cord here. You're gonna need a supply of air. You're gonna need a nail gun, pin nailer, whatever other name you're gonna need. Your wood, you're gonna be actually nailing. And some way to clamp the material. You can use your hands, but in this case, I want to show the absolute safest way possible until then. And you're going to want to make sure you have eye protection and also hearing protection. This is compressed air. It shot out really quick. It is quite loud.
It's loud.
And so make sure, of course, anything over 86 decibels, please wear your hearing protection.
Safety first, always here on the Random Maker.
What we're gonna do here is this. We're going to actually pin nail a nice little corner, okay? Now, super easy, right, Ryan?
Yes.
Finally, the confidence has waned a hair. No, I'm just joking. So what we're gonna do is we don't want your hand anywhere near the firing range.
No.
Because what has happened to me, these nail guns are hitting really fast. If there is a knot in them, I've seen the nails literally banana back and go hit my hand.
Oh.
Okay, my hand was too close.
Yeah.
So you always want to make sure your hand at minimum, a general rule is 5 times the distance of the nail. So like if you have a 1-inch nail, 5 inches, 3-inch nail, 15 inches. It's not that far away, really, if you think about it.
No.
15 inches is what, about that?
Yeah.
So these are 1-inch nails. Now, generally speaking, 3 inches would be pretty safe. I still don't like my hand anywhere near 5 inches of those.
No.
So what I like to do in this case is what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna clamp the wood down to the table. Now, if this was gonna be a nicer project, you would piece another piece of wood over top, so you don't have to sand even more. And can you tell we're doing multiple videos per day? I'm just gonna clamp this wood to the table, okay? Now what this does is it means Ryan can have both hands focused on his one piece, okay? So what Ryan is gonna do, because I just wanna show you before we actually start making more noise, is Ryan is going to hold the wood on top nice and straight, and he is just going to push down, because there's a safety switch on here, and pull the trigger. Now,
there is like a little bit of a bounce here, right? So you want this to be in, push tight, and then you pull the trigger.
Right, that is the safety kicking in. So
Okay.
if that was not pushed in and you pulled the trigger, it would not
Oh,
shoot.
it wouldn't even shoot, okay.
Yeah, so it's one of the safety features.
Excellent.
Okay, couple more things. Every single one of these guns, size of nails, woods, has different PSI, pressure, okay? Most of the time I found with cedar and the 1 inch, 50, 60 PSI for these guns. Your mileage would vary. I always recommend with a scrap piece first, check your depth of the nail because you want the nail just under. Just keep in mind, pin nails, not the strongest bond of all time, but they do have their place. And if it's not gonna be abused, it doesn't really matter.
Matt, you did say PSI.
It's just PSI.
Pounds per square inch. So you're saying how many PSI we're gonna have?
So we're using 70 on this one. So this is actually the hardest part. And do you want air?
I'm visualizing. This is something I think too, before you just start going with the tools, you got it set up. I'm gonna practice.
Sounds good for me. Okay, so how you install the air to the gun is very simple. Number one, I keep the nubs on to keep them clean.
Oh, absolutely.
Because at the end, you just put a couple drops of oil in there.
Shit'll go in there, it will be good.
Okay, so this quick connect, you hold back the collar on these, and then I usually push the gun on the table on the back, and all I'm gonna do is push forward and then let go of the collar. And this is now connected in.
We're live.
And this is a live gun. So you notice how I'm already pointing it down into the table? Okay, we don't have to be that careful. The last thing I'm gonna show you is on top here, when the air releases, it'll shoot out. Now, this is pointed away from you, but in some cases, they want it pointed to the side. I like it away from me because I just don't like air being blown in my face, really high pressure. What Ryan is gonna do, he's gonna hold his hand on top of here, and then, are you right or left-handed?
I'm right-handed, so this is kind of
awkward. Ryan is gonna do here, he's gonna hold the wood on top, and he is going to push down without pulling the trigger, push into the wood, and then pull the trigger. And then pull away, and put one in the middle, and one more in there. Now, one of the reasons we want the hand up here is even there is a chance the nail to rebound up, but as long as your hand is far enough of the way, even if it rebounds, directs, you're not gonna get your hand. Where most people I've seen getting their hand knocked with these is they start going fast, hit a knot, and then the knot just rejects the nail back at them.
Look at that. Well done.
And how bad was that?
That was pretty easy actually as well.
Yep, and the stapler is the exact same system. What this would be used for if you're upholstering a couch.
Yep.
If you are doing any projects that involve like thin pieces of material that have to be attached. But these nail guns, awesome to do small little projects, to do stuff around the house, all the detail work. And it's one of those things people, oh, it's a little, I'm like, no, it's a gun, but it's also not, as long as you use it right, it's safe.
I think these things could be intimidating for some at first, but I think what I want to convey here now is that intimidation factor is gone, because as long as you're safe with it, this is the easiest thing.
And I'm gonna show one more thing. How you remove the air is very simple. Push forward and then just pull it out, because I didn't like the gun sitting there loaded. Again, Ryan, do you think at this point, I'm gonna put my hearing protection back in my little pouchy pouch. Do you think at this point you can actually go around your house using this?
Oh yeah, I definitely borrow your air compressor and do whatever I needed, absolutely.
It is not, well, you're not pulling mine out of my wall. Buy your own. So the whole thing is, number one, go slow, think things through, visualize it. Actually not a bad way to look at it. You wanna make sure everything you're doing is safe. You don't want to end up like the one-eyed pirate and have the name.
No.
There's some joke there, I just don't know where it's coming. Yeah, fair enough.
Absolutely.
And, well, I think we're good there. What do you think, Ryan?
I think that I am now the nail gun master. You can call me Ryan the button guy or Ryan the nail gun guy.
Oh God, Ryan, cringe. Well, if you want to give Ryan an ego boost and see more content,
like it, subscribe it.
If you have any other project ideas or you want tools for Ryan to try,
let us know.
And yeah, we're always looking for new ideas, new projects, or new challenges, because there's 2 coming up that I'm actually stoked for.
On that note,
until next time, Ryan.
Until next time, I'm Ryan the button guy.
Matt from the Random Maker saying, let's get making.